The U.S. national team has completed its FIBA World Cup qualifying campaign, but the biggest talking point from the tournament was not the players, it was the officiating. Many fans believe the games overseas highlighted a major contrast compared to what was seen during Caitlin Clark's rookie WNBA season. Critics argue that Clark was repeatedly forced to deal with heavy physical play, hard fouls, and aggressive contact, while referees often chose not to intervene. Throughout the season, fans were told she simply needed to adapt to the physical nature of the professional game, but the stricter and more consistent officiating seen in international competition has reignited debate. Supporters now question whether Clark received fair treatment and believe the difference in officiating exposed a clear double standard. As these discussions continue, many fans are taking a closer look at game footage and asking whether the league did enough to protect one of its biggest stars during her first season.
Because the FIBA referees put them on notice, pretty much let them be known. We ain't doing what y'all would be doing in the WNBA. So, quite frankly, the FIBA referees set the tone for how a game Caitlin Clark playing in should be ref.
Many fans believe the international stage revealed a very different environment for Caitlin Clark compared to what she experienced in the WNBA. They point to FIBA officiating as being more consistent and focused on enforcing the rules, which they feel reduced unnecessary physical contact and allowed skilled players to perform freely. As a result, Clark delivered an outstanding tournament and earned MVP honors, further fueling debate about how she has been officiated at the professional level. Her strong performance has led supporters to argue that when the game is called more tightly, her offensive talent becomes even harder to stop. At the same time, discussions around the league's new collective bargaining agreement have taken center stage after reports of a historic deal between team owners and the players' union. While many celebrated the agreement as a major step forward, some veteran players quickly stepped into the spotlight to shape the public conversation. This has sparked further debate among fans, with some questioning whether the league's longtime stars are fully recognizing the impact that newer players and growing public interest have had on the WNBA's recent success.
Finalized yet, so don't want to get too specific into details, but knowing that this new CBA is going to be historic. It's going to create generational success between players of all levels, and really excited.
The debate grew even louder when some veteran players spoke about the league's recent financial progress and the new collective bargaining agreement. Critics argue that these players are taking too much credit for the WNBA's current growth, despite years of limited financial success. Many fans believe the league's recent surge in attention, ticket sales, television ratings, and overall interest has been driven largely by Caitlin Clark's arrival and the excitement she has brought to the sport. From this perspective, the new financial opportunities are not the result of a sudden breakthrough by longtime players alone, but rather the impact of a new wave of popularity that has attracted more fans than ever before. As a result, some supporters feel it is unfair for veteran stars to present themselves as the sole architects of the league's success, arguing that the growth has come from a combination of efforts, with Clark playing a major role in expanding the WNBA's audience and revenue potential.
And really be in a space where we're in collaboration with the WNBA. You know, we are now a part of a rev share system, and we are going to see the fruits of our labor in a way that we've never done before.
Critics of the veteran leadership argue that the league's recent financial success cannot be separated from the impact Caitlin Clark has had on women's basketball. For many years, the WNBA worked hard to grow its audience, but often struggled with limited ratings, smaller crowds, and financial challenges. Supporters of Clark point out that her arrival brought record-breaking attention, sold-out arenas, increased merchandise sales, major sponsorship opportunities, and greater media coverage across the sport. Because of this, many fans believe she played a significant role in creating the conditions that led to larger television deals, higher revenues, improved player benefits, and a stronger financial future for the league. As a result, some have questioned comments suggesting that recent gains are solely the result of past efforts by veteran players, arguing instead that the current boom reflects both the foundation built over the years and the extraordinary attention generated by a new star who helped bring millions of new viewers to the WNBA.
Negotiations with the WNBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, what we could take from Unrivaled was just the way that players were treated and how we had a standard to make sure that everybody had access to everything that they needed to build their basketball, build their game in a way.
The response argues that Breanna Stewart's comments greatly exaggerate the impact of the Unrivaled League on recent improvements in the WNBA. It claims that she is attempting to give a startup league credit for changes that were driven by much larger economic forces. According to this viewpoint, the league's relatively low television audience and limited reach make it difficult to support the idea that it was the main factor behind a major collective bargaining agreement. The criticism also points out that Stewart's statement appears to overlook the influence of star players who have generated significantly higher viewership numbers, increased fan interest, and expanded the league's commercial value. From this perspective, the free market evidence, including ratings, attendance, sponsorships, and media attention, suggests that a new generation of players has played a much larger role in the league's growth. The argument concludes that some league figures are reluctant to acknowledge this reality because doing so would challenge long-standing narratives and reduce the perceived importance of their own projects and accomplishments. The argument shifts from individual comments to a much larger financial battle taking place behind the scenes. It claims that many fans are focusing only on public statements about the new collective bargaining agreement while ignoring the intense negotiations between the players' union and team owners over revenue sharing. According to this perspective, veteran players pushed aggressively for a larger share of league income, believing they had significant leverage. However, the owners allegedly viewed the situation differently, believing that the league's recent growth was driven primarily by rising fan interest, television ratings, and the popularity of a new generation of stars rather than by the union's bargaining power. The argument further suggests that alternative leagues and veteran-led projects failed to generate enough audience support to strengthen the union's position, leaving owners with greater negotiating leverage. As a result, the union ultimately accepted a deal and is now attempting to present the outcome as a major victory. The criticism concludes that fans are not easily persuaded by public relations messaging because they closely follow ratings, ticket sales, merchandise purchases, and overall league interest, leading many to believe that the current financial boom is being fueled by star players who have attracted unprecedented attention to the sport rather than by long-established leadership figures seeking credit for the league's success. The argument claims that many fans believe a new generation of stars is not receiving the recognition they deserve from long-established figures within the league. It suggests that league leadership risks damaging its relationship with fans if it continues to ignore what many view as the main drivers of the sport's recent growth. According to this perspective, international competition, labor negotiations, expansion plans, and upcoming roster changes have created a turning point for the WNBA. The focus then shifts to Caitlin Clark, arguing that her next season will carry enormous expectations because of the attention, viewership, sponsorship interest, and fan engagement surrounding her career. The criticism alleges that throughout the previous season, she faced obstacles ranging from physical play to negative narratives, yet still managed to increase her influence across the sport. From this viewpoint, efforts to limit her impact have ultimately failed because fan interest, television audiences, commercial partnerships, and global recognition continue to grow around her. The argument concludes that market demand has already made its decision, and that fans, sponsors, media partners, and basketball observers increasingly view Clark as one of the most important figures shaping the league's present success and future direction. The argument concludes by claiming that financial markets, sponsors, broadcasters, and fans ultimately determine who holds the most influence in professional sports. From this perspective, Caitlin Clark has become the league's most valuable attraction because of the attention, ratings, and commercial opportunities connected to her presence. The criticism portrays Breanna Stewart's comments as an attempt to protect an older power structure that is struggling to maintain its influence during a period of rapid change. It argues that veteran players may celebrate new contracts and improve salaries, but many fans believe the recent surge in revenue is primarily tied to the league's newest stars and the unprecedented interest they have generated. According to this viewpoint, the WNBA has entered a new era where fan demand, viewership, sponsorship value, and business results matter more than established reputations. The commentary predicts that upcoming seasons will further highlight which players have the greatest impact on the league's growth and popularity. It closes by encouraging viewers to focus on measurable results rather than public narratives, while expressing confidence that the league's future direction will ultimately be decided by audience engagement, market performance, and the players who attract the largest share of attention from fans around the world.